let's go on now. We have one staff presentation this evening. Madam City Manager, may we please hear the presentation, please?
Certainly. Honorable Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem and council members, we're back to the homeless update for you, and Ken Gaminsky will be providing the presentation, and he does have a brief PowerPoint for you.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. Tonight's homelessness update will share information about the outcomes that the City of Santa Ana has made on homelessness, where to get help if you're experiencing homelessness, and news from our Homeless Navigation Center. Living on the streets negatively affects the lives of individuals as well as the surrounding neighborhoods and communities. For this reason, outreach teams work daily to exit individuals from the streets and into some form of shelter. From January through September of this year, 908 people have moved from the streets of Santa Ana to alternate living situations. Some of these exits are, of course, duplicates. This may occur when an individual returns back to the streets after being housed, and the cycle of a referral to shelter starts all over again. However, we don't quit as long as they're willing to keep trying. If you look at the screen, you'll see that we can show where people are going from January through September of 23. Of the 908 individuals who exited the streets, 819 of these individuals were placed in some form of shelter, 673 into our own Homeless Navigation Center on Carnegie, 120 into the county shelter on Yale, and the remainder into either recuperative care, home key locations, or a variety of other sites. The remaining 89 were housed with family, by rentals through clients, in a hospital, into permanent housing, or staying with friends, or by being admitted to substance abuse treatment facilities, detox centers, or mental health facilities. If you or someone you know is experiencing homelessness, or you're a resident or business adversely affected by homelessness, there's a way to seek further assistance. This trifold brochure, available digitally on our website and in print elsewhere, along with other helpful information on our website, provides a variety of information for businesses and residents. Utilizing the My Santa Ana app is a recommended method to report an encampment or to request homeless outreach for individuals currently experiencing homelessness. The Santa Ana PD non-emergency number should be called when there is narcotics activity or the presence of drugs or paraphernalia, loitering outside of establishments, or when individuals are impeding access to business. In essence, if there's criminal activity that's occurring, Santa Ana PD should be called. 911 should always be called in case of any emergency. There are several pathways for individuals seeking assistance. We'd like to also remind people that 211 provides county-wide information, and CityNet's hotline or email can be used for anyone seeking help. September was a busy month at the Navigation Center. I'm sure you all had an opportunity to see that last week the city was honored to be visited by Governor Gavin Newsom's senior advisor on homelessness and to showcase the city's Navigation Center. Together with our partner Illumination Foundation, the mayor, Councilmember Becerra, and staff, we shared the many ways Santa Ana is leading Orange County in addressing homelessness and had an opportunity to advocate for the resources we need to continue this effort. We are counting on an ongoing relationship we have with Governor Gavin Newsom's new senior advisor, Hafsa Keika, who was a former employee here at the city before she moved on. Additionally, as part of UCI's Alumni Day of Service, Volunteers from the Alumni Association provided a fun and relaxing afternoon of painting at the Navigation Center in September. The clients enjoyed painting and stated that it is one way to help them cope with their stress and anxiety. The Santa Ana Work Center staff are now visiting the Navigation Center to provide employment services to clients. Parenting classes are continuing, and among other activities, staff are transporting the 31 children to a variety of Santa Ana Unified Schools. Lastly, this was a big one. The Boot Barn donated a pair of boots to each person at the Navigation Center. To build upon that excitement, IF organized a fun evening dinner and concert, including multiple bands and a DJ. The men and women and children were able to let the rest of the world disappear for a bit as they enjoyed the music and danced the night away. As always, I understand that you are all incredibly busy. I will be available this evening or tomorrow to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, sir, very much. Are there any questions? Councilman Vasquez.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the presentation. I was going to ask you, I wanted a comparative from city to city and see how to compare the numbers of Santa Ana, how many folks we are intaking in Santa Ana, and also the exit numbers. And instead of having it up to year, can I have it by month? I would like to see how many folks we're serving every month and see if it's going up or down. Would be great information for me.
Okay, sir, I understand the last thing you said. What was the thing you said before that? I couldn't
Oh,
understand.
I would like to see comparables by different cities. So how is Santa Ana doing compared to other folks? So we're doing great. We're amazing, and I think we're doing great. And but also the month to month of the numbers that we have would be
Yes, sir, understood.
for later time. But thank you.
Yes, sir, understood.
Are those numbers on our site as far as month by month? Are they available online?
We have different portions of data that are available, actually put up every 2 weeks. But I think some of the information he's looking for is a comparison. I can break down and make it month to month.
No, that's
Yes, ma'am.
good, so we can see that we are doing really well.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you. Are there any other questions or comments? I just want to, oh, go ahead, Councilman.
I just want to say great job with the presentation and to, the staff that works on this. I was just in Seattle 3 weeks ago, and it is a different world. That's not to say we're perfect. That's not to say we don't have challenges, but I do have to say that it was a different Seattle than what I experienced when I was there in 2008. And so I just want to thank you, your team, for helping to address this, and that I hope we can continue to work with Supervisor Sarmiento's office. I had a meeting with him. He committed to me that he wants to work with our city, and so we'll work on that relationship so we can get those county funds for our residents. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, and I've met with him too. I think it's great. I see we have 120 beds at Yale. We need those 5 more to reach 125. Can we go to slide 7? And maybe I missed it, I apologize. The My Santa Ana app, we always want to, did I miss that? We want to make sure people are using the My Santa Ana app. Was that in your presentation, Ken? I'm so sorry.
I brought it up. That's the preferred recommended method to report encampments or request homeless outreach for an individual.
Okay, thank you. And then the Union Pacific Railroad, I mean, it's a little challenging. What do they have? How many people that are available to us on any given day?
So based on my understanding, the Union Pacific Railroad Police has 9 law enforcement officers for all of Southern California. We do, in fact, work fairly closely with UP based on our past legal entanglements with that entity. However, they are extremely taxed with resources. So we try as often as we can to coordinate responses along our railroad tracks to assist UP when they show up to do their cleanings of their private property.
All right, thank you for sharing that. I think it's important that the community knows that our officers and our COLT team and our staff do work with UP, and we go above and beyond, so thank you.
Just as a side note, what we had found in the past was if UP was to exit people off of the railroad tracks, that those people would just move off of the tracks, stay on the sidewalk, and then move right back. We've made adjustments to the way that we do and work with UP, so now if UP does cleanings, we will send Colt down there as well as CityNet to engage with these people when they leave the tracks, encourage them not to stay, and encourage them not to go back to the tracks as quickly as they would have in the past.
That's wonderful, thank you. No more questions or comments? Let's move on, and thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Really appreciate it. Madam